If you're new to homeschool, these curriculums give you everything that you need. This course set comes with the level 1 course book, the Reading Booster B cards, and the Reader Booster B set. There are 120 lessons. There are 3 units in here, and it is going to cover phonics, writing, reading, grammar and punctuation, spelling, literature, and geography. I, a, he, she, we, me, the, you, go, and or. Beautiful course book as always. Seconds in a minute, minutes in an hour, hour in a day. Very easy for a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old. There are so many different resources, especially with the Good and the Beautiful. So just letting you know a few tips before getting into the unit. No guesswork, it is all here. One of the most important decisions we as homeschool parents have to make for our homeschool children is what curriculum we want to go with, or if we want to just create our own curriculum. And with there being so many different curriculum choices out there on the market today, it can be one of the most difficult decisions for us to make, because it's not just about what we like, it's also about what our child like, what they're going to thrive the most with, as well as what's going to challenge them without being just too difficult for them. There are so many variables that come into play when choosing the correct homeschool curriculum for our children. So as a homeschool mom in the community, I just want to share with you guys my homeschool curriculum choices, or anytime we get a new homeschool curriculum, I want to share like an unboxing review with you guys so that we can just help each other out and try to make this here thing just a little bit easier. So today I'm going to be sharing the Good and the Beautiful Level 1 First Grade Curriculum Unboxing and Initial Review. Alright, so let's get into the curriculum unboxing. I am going to start with Language Arts, of course. So the Language Arts and Literature Level 1 is completely free if you want to print it off on their website or download the PDF file and do whatever you want with it. This time around I did not print it. I just went ahead and bought the full package that came with the reading books and everything. So this is Language Arts Level 1. I do like the design of it. I like that it's just one book, opposed to when I printed it myself, I had to split it into like 2 books. There are 3 units in here, and it is going to cover phonics, writing, reading, grammar and punctuation, spelling, literature, and geography, as well as art, as always. So of course I love that all of that is inside this one language arts curriculum course, as opposed to having to go out and buy separate books for all of them. Of course they do offer like geography and arts and literature and writing books outside of this, which we did get the handwriting book, but you don't have to. It's not necessary because it is inside of this book, but it is just recommended. In the beginning, it does tell you what you are going to need, as well as the items that you're going to need for each unit. That way you don't have to be scrambling. You can get everything you need right out of the box. This course set comes with the Level 1 course book, the Reading Booster B cards, and the Reader Booster B set. And I'll show you guys that. It also comes with the 2 free apps, which is the Letter Tales app and the Good and the Beautiful Homeschool app. Those are things that you are definitely going to need alongside this curriculum, unless you want to find ways to use manipulatives and incorporate the things that the apps teaches on your own, which of course, even still, you want to have some hands-on manipulatives and puzzles and things like that to keep things fun and engaging, because these are just mostly just the work. But things that they tell you to always have on hand is a pencil, scissors, a glue stick, tape, crayons, colored pencils, highlighters, several sheets of blank white paper, a whiteboard, and a dry erase marker. So these are things that you just are going to be needing for the full curriculum. You always want to have on hand. But then extra items needed for Unit 1 are cotton swabs, index cards, optional items for poetry party, which they go more in depth about on page 29, cotton balls, poster paint, watercolors, paintbrush, craft knife, and a small bowler cup. So things that you probably already have around the house anyway, opposed to like the poster paint, the watercolors, or whatever. Everything else you probably already have. For Unit 2, some of the same things. So the paints, the cotton swabs, 13 index cards, a coin of any type, some salt, a spatula, which is optional, and a word processing program like Word or Google Docs. And for Unit 3, the paints again, optional sticky notes, the word processing program, and a stapler. So I wonder if they're going to be typing in this course. I'm very interested in knowing why they need that word processing. So these are all the things that you need. So very straightforward, not a ton of things that you have to go out and purchase. They have some suggested coordinated readers here, and it's my first nature reader, my second nature reader, as well as my third nature reader, and then they also have the Africa readers as well, which I'm going to show you guys. These are the books here that they are recommending, and I do love these books. It has 20 beautiful short stories that coincide with the curriculum inside of each book, and my son did really well with those last time. There are 120 lessons, and it is split up into 40 lessons for each unit. So 40 for unit 1, 40 for unit 2, and then another 40 for unit 3. So in case you want to like study the curriculum before you begin, it does tell you everything that is going to be going over. So for instance, the very first lesson is going to go over long and short vowels. The second lesson is going to review the letters E and the sound that they make and when you would use them and how to read them in a word. Lesson 3 will be Introduction to Unit 1 Spelling Words. Lesson 4 will be SH, CH, and TH review. So if it says review, then that just means that these are things that were already introduced inside of the kindergarten level. So if you did not have the Good and the Beautiful for the kindergarten level, then there's a chance that you may not have reviewed it. But I can say that this is also in like other curriculums. So for instance, we also did the Horizons kindergarten, and all of this was mentioned in that kindergarten curriculum. So it would still kind of just be reviewed. For us, we did the Good and the Beautiful kindergarten curriculum and the Horizons half of their kindergarten curriculum. Just basically a sequence or scope of what you can expect for each lesson. So that if, for instance, sometimes I like to pull up like a fun video or find a fun game or manipulative to go along with it, you know that you would want to do it. So for instance, lessons 1 and 2, which is long and short vowels and EE review, you can find like a fun video to introduce that before you get into the lesson with your kid. And then for lesson 3, where it says Introduction to Unit 1 Spelling Words, you can find a fun game for the spelling words. We have like a fishing game. It has a ton of different sight words. We would use that for lesson number 5, where it has the different sight words. Whatever sight words they start with here, we're going to put those sight words like on the little fish. I'll have to show you guys that game too. You put them inside like a little bowl and then let your kid fish out each sight word and read them to you. And then for the spelling words, same thing. We have like a little game with all of the different letters where you can use like the wooden letters to build different types of words, different ways that you can incorporate other manipulatives to go along with it. And if you look at like, for instance, the first 5 lessons that you'll be doing the first 5 weeks, you can go ahead and map out a plan for yourself for that week. So I love that about this curriculum, so that you're not putting a lot of guesswork in it, and you don't necessarily have to like read every single lesson if you don't want to. You can kind of know what it's going to be about immediately. It even tells you what the booster cards are going to be about to correlate with the book. It has spelling words for each unit already listed for you so that you know the words that they are going to be doing. And then they also have some high frequency spelling words that they expect you to know before you even get started. It tells you typically what the scope and sequence is for levels kindergarten, first and second grade. I, a, he, she, we, me, the, you, go, and or. So those are spelling words your child should have already been able to spell before beginning this curriculum. So those are things you can work on with them before you even start the curriculum. So everything is basically in the beginning of the book to prepare you and get you ready. There's also a short little like maybe 4 sentences in here that they want your child to be able to read before you get started. It says, there are many sheep on the top of the hill. Are they flying? No. They all stay and munch the fresh grass. It sits on a rock by them and sing. About 5 sentences, pretty easy. And this is something you will work on with your child and have them master before they begin the course, unless they've already mastered it, as well as a few spelling words. So for Unit 1, the spelling words that they will be going over is love, know, her, are, of. So be, do, look, and put. 10 words for Unit 1. So not so shabby. Unit 1 is 40 lessons. So that gives you a pretty good amount of time within the lessons to be able to master and work on those spelling words. It also tells you the booster cards you're going to be working through, which is cards 1 through 17, as well as the principles that's going to be taught. The lessons so far are pretty. They're beautiful. They look fun. They look straightforward. They're all things that I'm noticing like initially from looking through and flipping through. There are like some fun activities in here to do with the worksheets, like things that you have to cut out and glue, or things that you have to make like out of the paper, words that you have to form, charts. Each lesson isn't anything more than 3 pages long, front, back, and then front. So really like 2 pages is what I'm seeing. I also looked further back into the curriculum. So let's see, Unit 2, Lesson 41 is still only no more than 2 pages long. I like that type of consistency inside of a curriculum where you know like how long each lesson might be, as opposed to you're used to doing 2 pages a day, and then all of a sudden you get to a day, you wake up and you open it up and it was like 5 pages out of nowhere, and you're like, where did that come from? So no, some of these are only 1 page, but I haven't seen anything more than like 2 pages front and back, or just 1 page front and back, and then just the front of another page. So not too long, very easy for a 5-year-old or 6-year-old to be able to follow along with. Let's have the geometries, crossword puzzles, a lot of art, very beautiful poetry. So that's one thing about the Good and the Beautiful. Like, I know a lot of people aren't into maybe like the literature, poetry, and art and things like that, but the Good and the Beautiful is very heavy on that. So if that is something, you know, that's like a make or break for you, I think that's something to really keep in mind. I know a lot of people were saying that for them, that was just fluff. They just wanted to get right into the lessons. We did the Horizons curriculum over the summer, and I think I missed some of that fluff. It made the curriculum kind of boring. Nothing to really engage the child and talk about other, you know, concepts and really pick their brain. I spark some creativity within each lesson. So I kind of love that about the Good and the Beautiful. Of course, as we get more into the curriculum, I'm going to do a more in-depth review. I'm thinking I'm going to do a Unit 1 review, a Unit 2 review, and then a Unit 3 review. So every time we finish a unit, we'll do like a full review. But now I'm kind of just like giving you guys not a full flip through, to show you guys, you know, some of the picture. Name that kitten. You can name the kittens. Some geography. I think it's very much recommended to get a globe. You don't have to, but to have that would be cool. They have like the blow up ones at the dollar store. You can just get one from Walmart for like $10 or Amazon. Fill in the blanks. Are, puts, and love. Just 3 words, and you can fill in the blanks. I blank the cake on your plate. Put the plate. We blank our feet in the lake. Put. So, I mean, obviously, I love this curriculum. That is the reason why I chose it. Here is the reading booster B cards that go along with the language arts course. It tells you how to use the cards, and it tells you what to master before you start the course. Sight words that you need to master. Again, you can print this stuff off for free on their site. I printed off this page as well as the story that was required to be mastered ahead of time, so that we can go over it before we get into the course, before I even like purchased it. And then it just dives right on in. So sight word practice, reading practice, all of the things. And again, it coincides with the lesson. So for instance, at the beginning, they'll tell you how to teach it. It'll say, write ER on the whiteboard and read to the child. E and R together make the sound as in her. Have the child tap the letters on the whiteboard and say several times. So again, it tells you how to teach these to them, and it has even more ways at the bottom that they suggest you can do. Pretty straightforward as far as teaching it goes. I have these little mastered circles at the bottom, because it does come with stickers in the back that you can use every time they master it. My son loves being able to put a new sticker on his mastered cards. And then at the back, it does have the completion card for you. Here's the books that go along with it. I'm pretty sure it's about 20 books in here that correlate with the booster cards and the course lesson. 20 easy to hold books for the little ones. The pages are a little bit silky, I can say, but just a couple of lines on each page. So this one just has like 1 line. Pictures for reference, just a couple of pages, like 5 pages. And then let's see, book 20. Still a couple of pages, but it does have a few more sentence lines. So again, it comes with all of these books. If you want to download them and save them to your Kindle app, you can go that route, or to your child's tablet. But I do love that it comes with these. You do not have to purchase these separate. It comes with the curriculum as well as the math box comes with the math curriculum. But this is the My First Africa reader, which coincided with the kindergarten curriculum. But we did the My First Nature reader, not the My First Africa reader. So we're still in the First Africa reader. I should have got the second one, but I did get the second nature reader. So here is Ox. It can get wet. Mud, mud, mud. An ox can fit. It got mud on a mat. Bad ox. So this is from the kindergarten curriculum. By the end, they were saying they need grass and hay. This sheep has a weed. We keep them in a big pen. So that's kindergarten, and then this is the second nature reader. So this is coinciding with the first grade curriculum. Some bark is hard, some bark is soft and can peel. So definitely a difference here. Look at the bark on this tall tree. It is red. So sounds like E and all and R like bark, marks. I can already tell that this is going to coincide with whatever lesson teaches the AR sound. So again, very beautiful stories for your little one to read. So this is the nature reader and this is the Africa reader. Here is the level 1 handwriting. Show you guys how thick it is. 103 pages. I feel like this is going to be pretty straightforward for him. It does come with a handwriting chart that you can, you know, make a copy of and put it up on like your bulletin board or inside your kids' homeschool binder. Form drawing, writing their first name, writing letters and numbers, tracing and writing words and sentences, and drawing for section 1. And it is in 60-point font, not, you know, too big, not too small. It looks like the first few pages there are no sentence writing, just tracing and writing like letters and patterns and redrawing some pictures. Like it might have a picture of a pyramid and say you redraw the picture that you see, or it'll say draw a picture of your own choice. It'll say color something, draw something. Sentence writing like later on inside of unit 1, where it'll say my name is, and then you will basically trace that and then write your name below. So it has very, very little like biblical concepts inside of here. Not really a lot. In case that's a make or break for you, we always have to do a Bible curriculum alongside our Good and the Beautiful curriculum because there's not a whole lot of it in here, which is okay with us. He has Sunday school on Sundays, and then again before every lesson we'll just like read a short, like, you know, Bible story from his Bible story reader. And then he also has like a little workbook that goes along with that where he can color something to coincide with that Bible story reader. But it does have, you know, some references to God and the Bible inside of here, but very, very minimal. The things that they're going to be writing, for instance, they're going to be writing a sentence from Luke chapter 21 verse 36, and it just says pray always. Jesus said, come follow me, Luke 18:22. So you can use this as like a Bible verse memorization if you want to. It says God made trees. So it definitely has some biblical reference in here. It also has some mannerism in here. You're going to trace the question, may I help, Mom? Different, you know, concepts. I think that is another thing that I love about the Good and the Beautiful is that they're very intentional about the things that they put in here. So like, yes, they create the whole curriculum intentionally, but also like the words they put in there, the sentence choice that they use is also very intentional in terms of like trying to teach your child something from the Bible, or teach your child something like as far as mannerism go, or in the home. You could do one per day and still finish this before you even finish up the language arts curriculum. So there's that. Serve with a smile. God gave us the sun. Color the picture. May I help, Mom? And draw a picture. Jesus said, come follow me. I love my home. God made trees. Now we're going to look at the Simply Good and Beautiful Math Level 1. Beautiful course book as always. Show you guys the size of it. There are 118 lessons. So 2 lessons shy of the language arts course. Also no more than 2 pages. So the front of 1 page and then the second page front and back. You could just do this alongside it, 1 math lesson a day, as well as 1 language arts lesson per day. The first page of the math is usually you introducing what the lesson for the day is going to be about and giving examples for it and things like that. And then the second page, which is the one they do front and back, is usually them, actually implementing the lesson that you taught. So that's another thing that I really love about it, is that allows you to basically spend, the beginning of the lesson, you stand up, you go over it with your child, and then you know that they have it, and then you're going to allow them to do that by themselves and just ask for help if they need help. So I love that about it. Of course, it has the table of contents, lets you know what's inside Unit 1, Unit 2, and Unit 3. And just like the language arts course, I am going to do a review of each unit as we complete each unit. Some of the things: lesson 1, identifying right and left, very simple for a 5 or 6 year old. Lesson 2, writing numbers 1 through 5. Lesson 3, months of the year and some writing, numbers 6 through 9. Lesson 4, time to the hour and half hour. Lesson 5 is place value. Lesson 6 is adding. So adding on 2, so I'm guessing adding on 2 numbers. So by the end of Unit 1, we're looking at place value, pennies, nickels, and dimes, doubles, addition, and shape, writing cents to 25, writing numbers to 40, addition, stories, pairs, counting on calendars. So it kind of looks like Unit 1 covers a lot of the math from kindergarten. So it's going to be reviewing a lot of the things that you learned in kindergarten. Unit 2 seems to be doing the same, but introducing a lot of newer things. And then Unit 3, a lot of newer things as well. By the end of Unit 3, they're going to be doing volume, calendar practice, addition practice, even and odd, measuring, subtraction, take away from 10, seconds in a minute, minutes in an hour, hour in a day, symmetry, grouping by 10, measuring to the nearest inch, how to make a dollar, writing 10, 11, and 12, adding 10 to a number. Very little of what was introduced in the kindergarten and a lot of new concepts. So my guess is that Unit 3 is going to introduce a lot of new concepts that are going to be continued in the 2nd grade math. So of course it comes with a hundreds chart for you to be able to print off. You can just use this one, or you can make a copy and print it, however you want to do it. I like to always just make a copy and print it if we don't already have one up on the wall. Very little supplies that you're going to need. Basically, you are just going to need this course book, the Math 1 box. I give you it. You don't have to purchase anything. You're going to need a pencil, crayons or colored pencils, a whiteboard, and a dry erase marker. Very easy. Things that you already probably have on hand. You can get like a dry erase whiteboard from the dollar store for $1, or you can get like an even larger one from Walmart for about $10. They have them. There's a little purple box right at the top of the lesson, and this is apparently a review box that reviews concepts that have already been, introduced. And this here purple box right here is what is the review box, so you can do it or choose to skip it and move on depending on if your child has mastered it. So that's good that they give you that chance for review. And how I said, like, a lot of from the unit is things that you've already learned in kindergarten, and then some of it are introducing new concepts. So now I'm seeing that that's probably what the review is about and what was just mentioned inside of like the table of contents. Say that if your child takes longer than 15 to 20 minutes per lesson but is understanding and returning the information, don't worry. But most lessons should take 15 to 20 minutes. For 1st grade, that is not bad at all. With this and the language arts and handwriting, you could probably finish up just the book work within an hour, and then within like another 30 minutes to an hour, do story time, play manipulatives and games and things like that. However you want to do your homeschool day. If they're doing it in less than 15 minutes to 20 minutes per lesson and they seem to know the information, maybe have them take an assessment to see if they can skip any unit or the whole course. If your child takes less than 15 to 20 minutes and is still learning new things, then do not move on to Math 2, but do multiple lessons a day. So that's typically how we would do it anyway. a spiral curriculum, which means they are constantly reviewing concepts that your child has learned to ensure that he or she understands and retains the information. They do not teach doctrines specific to any particular Christian denomination, but to teach general principles such as honesty, hard work, and kindness, and all Bible references are from the King James Version. There is an answer key on the website. If you need it for this math course, you can download an answer key. If you're new to homeschool, these curriculums give you everything that you need, like literally everything. You just read it straight out of the book, or you read it beforehand so that you know how to teach it to them. You download things from the website. There are so many different resources, especially with the Good and the Beautiful, that will help you to get through this. So again, it'll tell you at the beginning of each unit like different things that are going to be taught. It says Unit 1, there are no extra supplies that's going to be needed. It gives you tips, and the course refers to optional videos that are on the YouTube channel. So just letting you know a few tips before getting into the unit. It does go over addition strategies, calendar, days of the week, months of the year, writing the day yesterday, tomorrow, last week, next week, collect and sort data, colors, comparison, left and right. Like, it gives you the full rundown. No guesswork. It is all here. It gives you, everything you need to go ahead and transfer it to your homeschool planner. Very beautiful curriculum as always. Colorful. Some activities in here to do. Some little games to play. I think it keeps it very fun and engaging for the little ones. So initially, out of the box, I'm loving the curriculum so far, and I really cannot wait to dive in. So here is the course assessment. Everything that they expect you to either have mastered. This is additional practice at the end of each assessment. So this is basically the same concepts. So if they get it wrong up here, then they have the chance to redeem themselves down here. So love that. This is just like the cardboard clock and some cardboard coins, bolts, and clocks, and the dice. If you don't want to go with this cardboard clock, you can get one from like Melissa and Doug, Target or whatever. We have one that we purchased last year. It comes with that, and then we also found a really nice coin set on Amazon. Learning Resources actually has one right now on sale from Target. They have the clock and the money on sale at Target right now for just $10. I just noticed that. So you can get that if you don't want to go with the cardboard ones, but you really don't have to. The point is that you shouldn't have to get anything else if you know that you're going to need. So they provide you with pretty much what you need. If you have a preference, then you of course can go ahead and get your preferred manipulative. Sorry, my son was so loud. It's like he was just throwing blocks inside of a container. But yeah, the Good and the Beautiful makes it so easy, so simple. The curriculum is good and it is beautiful. I'm very interested to dive in. So that is my initial review, and again, like I mentioned, I'm going to go further in depth and review as we complete each unit. Alright, you guys, with that, we sum up today's Good and the Beautiful Level 1 First Grade Unboxing and Initial Review. I hope that you guys found this video to be helpful, and maybe it has made your job at picking your child's curriculum just a little bit easier. Let me know if you've tried this curriculum, if you're going to be using this curriculum for your child anytime soon, and if so, and you have used it before, let me know what you like or dislike about it down below in the comment section below. But that's going to be all for today's video. Again, I hope that you guys enjoyed it or found it to be helpful. I hope to see you guys in the next video, but that'll be all until next time.